I think I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, no, I'm good. Let's do this. Okay, so I've already done this before, Captain America suit ranking, but we've had a few new looks in the Falcon and Winter Soldier series, which is now finished. So I feel like we could factor them into a new ranking. This time I will be also omitting the pre-MCU Captain America suits, because it doesn't take a second to say they all suck. Like, even for their time, a lot of this was just really, really bad. Much like my unwatchable old YouTube videos, which is the era of which my Captain America suit ranking came out, so let's make a good version of it. Let's make it count for something this time around, eh? But first, a quick word from our sponsor, Winx DVD, the perfect tool for backing up your old DVDs and Blu-rays, so that you can enjoy them on the go. They are currently hosting the Superhero Day celebration. Put together the perfect superhero team to beat the villains, and you might just be rewarded with great prizes, including a 4K TV. It's free to enter and everything's kosher, heck, I entered myself. So be sure to check the link in the description below. You know what, while we're here, let's also rank the Falcon's costumes throughout the MCU. There's just way too few of these to justify making a whole other list video for it. So yeah, okay, so in third place we have the Falcon's very first MCU costume from Captain America the Winter Soldier. This suit very obviously borrows most of its inspiration from the Ultimate Comics version of the character. Now this is just my opinion here, but the Ultimate Comics had this trend of taking great superhero costumes and making them boring, and that definitely applies to this. It's got all the practicality of the Falcon, but none of the style. Luckily, this was just like a one-off first-timer suit, and the suit did evolve as time went by, so I'm pretty pleased that this was not the ongoing look for Falcon throughout the entire MCU. In second place, we have Falcon's Avenger costume. Now here's the thing, Falcon's 616 outfit is pretty outrageous, admittedly. So I think Marvel Studios did a really nice job with making a practical looking kind of armored suit, but including just little touches of that classic Falcon look in there. So, like, you've still got the key iconography points, but it's very, very, very reinterpreted through the MCU's visual language. I thought this was a great little compromise, and I would have been more than happy to say, yeah, that was the Falcon's MCU outfit. But in first place, we have the Falcon's outfit from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which takes that classic Falcon outfit and makes it into more of a flight uniform, and it just looks fantastic. I love how much red and white there is on this costume. It's just a perfect reinterpretation of that classic Falcon look. That is how it's done. Okay, moving on to Captain America's suits. In 12th place, we have the field uniform. I wouldn't typically count this because it's not really a full-on Captain America suit, but other people seem to count it, so okay. It's a military outfit, it looks really stylish and chic, it's a cool looking outfit, but it doesn't scream Captain America because it is obviously a very, very early take on Captain America's outfit in the MCU. This suit is to Captain America what like the wrestling suit is to Spider-Man. It's not really quite there, but like it's a cool design on like its own merit. And it is stylish, but I don't have much else to say about it. In 11th place, we have the first of the 21st century Captain America suits. The costume designed by Phil Coulson for when Captain America joined the Avengers. Now look here, mate, don't get it twisted. It may be in 11th place, but that doesn't mean I dislike this costume, like a lot of other people seem to. People tend to act like this suit killed their firstborn, but I bet you those same people will bitch and moan that the suits aren't comic book accurate enough these days. Like, what the fuck do you want, man? Now, before you complain at me in the comments below, just double check that it's you I'm talking about, because all I'm saying is if the shoe fits, wear it. But I think this is a great suit, helmet aside. Like, the helmet is definitely the weakest link here, but this is the most classic of the 21st century Captain America looks in a variety of different ways. It's the most colorful one, for sure, and I really like the colors on this suit. I think the bodysuit is pretty much spot on. Like, it's literally just that helmet. Another thing I really like about this suit is that the stripes on his abs are actually stripes as opposed to whatever the fuck these are. I think literally just a few tweaks and this could have been number one on the list. Or at least closer to it, but like, it's just that helmet is really bulbous looking, and yeah, it doesn't come together quite as you would hope. There is like a concept test helmet, and I've got I got no idea why they didn't use that instead. Also, just contextually, this is a well thought out suit because, like, it's designed by Phil Coulson, who was a big fan of Captain America's USO suit. So it's kind of like a modern update to that suit. In 10th place, we have the Strike uniform, which was the second of Captain America's modern day suits. And it's going to be controversial that it's at number 10 on my list. Just a reminder, that doesn't mean it's a bad suit. I think it's an awesome suit. It's very clean looking. I think they did a really nice job at layering it up. Like, they did a better job layering it up than they did with, say, the Avengers uniform. And, like, the star and stripe motif is still there. I really like the stripes on the chest. I think that's a really cool design addition. I miss the red and white, man, you know? Like, I like this suit, but I just miss the red and white. Captain America is red, white, and blue. There's just not much red or white on this costume. Come to think of it, throughout early Phase 2 of the MCU, they did seem kind of obsessed with reducing the red on these costumes, didn't they? I mean, look at Iron Man's Mark 42. There's a guy that prefers mustard to ketchup. But yeah, clean suit, easy to take seriously, looks great. In 9th place, we have the suit as worn by John Walker in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Once again, a really clean suit design. I love that it's not like a typical Captain America suit. It's kind of like a hybrid between US Agent suit from the comics and a Captain America suit. Again, just that bit of contextualization that really helps this. I think the colors are balanced really well, and I don't think white would have fit on this suit. It works much better on the US Agent look. And yeah, it's a really cool design. I like how the helmet doesn't quite fit John Walker's head in the same way that it fits Steve Rogers' head. Again, just that nice little touch of kind of context to suggest that John Walker just doesn't fill those shoes the same or fill Cap's helmet the same way. I swear, I try having a window open so I can record this and get some fresh air. But people outside just, oh, I know, I'll just clatter some bins around. Oh, I'll just fucking rev my very unhealthy car engine as loudly as I can. Fuck this town. In 8th place, we have the SSR Field uniform. This was Captain America's first battle suit, and it looks fantastic. Once again, they did a superb job reinterpreting the classic Captain America look through the visual language of the first Captain America film. It looks like a wartime battlesuit with that American iconography on it. Captain America's costume was always going to be a difficult one to translate, but I remember when I first saw this, I was like, yeah, that's immediately recognizable as Captain America. That's him right there. That's undeniably Cap. This suit also kind of pioneered the whole thing of the little wings being printed onto Captain America's helmet, as opposed to them standing up like little ornaments, as well as that Captain America's mask would be reinterpreted as a helmet, which was a really smart move that at first I wasn't sure about, but it's definitely grown on me and become very much a quintessential part of Captain America's look, to the point where I cannot imagine it being anything else at this point. So why is this in 8th place? Simply because there is a version of this suit that is higher up on this list that kind of just makes this one redundant in the grand scheme of things. It's cool, it's Captain America's very first, battle suit, and like, yeah, it's got a lot of importance in the grand scheme of things, but it's just not the better one of the two. You'll see. In 7th place is the Stark Mark II. Once again, this is a suit that isn't by any means bad, but is made redundant by another version of this same suit. So basically, this is Captain America's uniform as made by Tony Stark, and it looks good. It's quite muted, but it's still got that nice layered up look of the Winter Soldier strike uniform. But like, it's in those classic Captain America colors. I kind of just think of this as a very vanilla modern Captain America look, and overall it's good. It's a good look. It's just, again, little redundant in the grand scheme of things. In 6th place, we have Captain America's Nomad suit from Avengers Infinity War. No idea why it's called Nomad, because, like, for starters, he's never referred to as Nomad in the film. It was just on some bits of promo material. And then it's like, oy, 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 the comic version of Nomad. I don't know whether it's a good or bad thing that they didn't go with something more like that. So basically, this suit is the previous one on this list. It's the Stark Mark II, except it's very damaged. All of the American iconography on this suit is discolored and smothered and stained. The American star appears to have been ripped off of his chest piece. And, like, all of that American iconography is just, the patriotism is all muddied up now, which is a really cool symbolic thing. He no longer sports a helmet, but he has, like, a beard and this, like, longer slick back hair, which looks really cool. That's more of a hair and makeup decision than a costume and wardrobe, but like still, it adds to the look. And he's got his sleeves rolled up to suggest that he really means business. This is a really unique look for Captain America, and I really love this suit design. In 5th place, we have the Stark Mark 1. Remember what I was saying about the Stark Mark 2 being a little bit redundant? This costume is almost exactly the same, except it's just a bit better in my opinion. For starters, the colors are far more vibrant and bright, and the arm sleeves are now white, much more like the Captain America comic book suit. This is just, it's the better one, in my opinion. There's very little else to say about it, it's just the much brighter and more exciting looking Captain America costume out of the 2 Stark suits. In 4th place, we have the USO suit. Now, it took a lot for me to not put this at number 1 because I fucking love when Marvel does the whole thing of the intentionally goofy looking costumes, which are just straight translations of their comic book looks. And this suit just looks so comfy. I want to own it. I want to have that suit. Fun fact, it's the only MCU Captain America suit to have the little wings on his mask stand up. So that's another reason why I wanted this to be at number 1. It looks so good. It looks so good. This is how those pre-MCU Captain America suits should have looked. It's very much a showpiece, it fits the bill, it's just, I love the simple Marvel suits. In 3rd place, we have the Smithsonian suit. See, now, this is where the deal for the World War II era Captain America suits gets a little bit warmer, is I know that, you know, the Captain America First Avenger main suit was pretty low down on this list, and that might have surprised some folks. The reason is because I just feel like this suit here just does everything that suit did, but does it just that little bit better. It's just cleaner looking. The grey parts on the blue sections are better laid out. It cuts out a taller profile for Steve Rogers. I really love that 3rd red stripe going down his abs. It's just the upgraded version of what that suit was, and it's better in pretty much every way, in my opinion. So, in the grand scheme of things, that one kind of becomes a bit obscured. This is the one. So again, context adds something to this suit. It's not the original Captain America costume which went under the ice, it's a reproduction of it. And presumably there weren't a lot of pictures of that Captain America costume around at the time, so they just kind of did the best that they could to replicate it, hence why there are a few changes. But they are changes for the better. And I love that they just took that opportunity to just improve that suit. I wish it had more screen time. I wish we saw more of this costume. Heck, like that's like one of my main complaints about Captain America the Winter Soldier. I wish he wore a costume more in that film. In 2nd place, we have the best of Steve Rogers' modern looks in the MCU. We have the Endgame suit, where it's basically the Stark Mark II, but now they've added scale armor texture to the blue portions of the suit. Now, I didn't think they'd ever actually go through with adding the scales to Captain America. That's something that's often been portrayed in the comics, but never quite made it to the big screen. Here they just straight up did it. Now, I do think that a better version of this suit could exist. Like, for example, if they used the Age of Ultron Stark Mark I suit as the basis, as opposed to the Stark Mark II, but hey, it's a compromise. I just think those scales add a whole lot to this look, and it's just, yeah, it looks awesome. They really had Steve Rogers go out in style. And in 1st place, I have questioned this a lot, whether or not this is just recency bias, but I've been looking at this for a very, very, very long time now. We have Sam Wilson's Captain America suit from the Falcon and Winter Soldier finale. Now, I am familiar with the Sam Wilson Captain America suit from the comics. I haven't really read those comics, but I know how the suit's supposed to look. And I did find myself questioning, like, can they really make that work in live action? Because there's a lot more white on that suit than there is on the traditional Captain America look. Now, my thing with costumes that use a lot of red, white, and blue, like a lot of white in there, is they can tend to look like a tube of Aquafresh toothpaste. But they made it work really, really well, partially thanks to how layered this costume is. It looks fantastic. I love how bright and vibrant the colors are as well. They're much more vibrant than most of Steve Rogers' costumes, for sure. But also the fact that the ab stripes are back to being stripes. Thank God. I much prefer that. This suit is just badass. It's a perfect reinterpretation of Sam Wilson's Captain America uniform from the comic books. I fucking love it, guys. I'm living for this. But what do you guys think? Comment below and discuss, and as always, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, hit subscribe, hit the like button, and in the description below are different links to social media feeds, as well as a link to my Patreon where you can surrender your hard-earned money to me because I really, really deserve it, I swear. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching, guys, and have a great day.